else, like a Vimeo or somewhere else. So we'll talk about that. Actually, Vimeo is great for those who are interested in this kind of stuff, that do still photography and maybe do time-lapse work or anything like that. If you have a filmmaker in you, that's where you go to see all kinds of threads and posts and videos from guys that are sort of doing higher-end stuff. And Blip is where we actually put Command N, and they're kind of focused on episodic content. So there's a lot of, like the Guild is on that, the clip shows, that's a real old one, but there's a lot of sort of episodic content on there. So little mini dramas and space shows and all kinds of stuff. If you use Tube Mobile, depending on how it's working at the moment, you can actually post to all of those, plus many more, Howcast, MySpace, that they've got dozens. But it can be finicky sometimes, and they're FTP loaded and more often. So you've set out your mind, you're not scared, you want to say, hey, listen, I'm going to go out there and mess around. My company's asking me to make a video, I feel like I can step up and do it. Where do I look, what do I do, how do I get inspired? Watch other media that you like. Obviously, we all know this, rip off something that looks cool, and you learn how it's kind of done, right? Because you're like, that doesn't look anything like that. And then when it does, then you're like, oh, I get it, that's what they do. I say listen as well to audio podcasts and Radio Lab. When I go to Radio Lab now, it's an audio podcast about science out of WNYC New York, an NPR station. The guy uses sound so well that you can just sit and listen how things would look. And of course that works with anything, classical music, stuff like that. Really, if anyone's from Toronto many years ago, remembers Q107's Theater of Mind, right? The old radio shows, you kind of live in that space. That's really good for helping you shoot. And practice. I mean, practice makes perfect, right? It's cliche, but totally true. This headline reads, original web video is still a bust. I don't want to make things as negative as it sounds. All that article is saying is that there's lots of room to grow. Revision 3 is probably the most famous video network, and they're probably only going to make maybe $10 million this year, which, is a lot of money. Obviously it's a lot of $10 million, so I'll take that. However, compared to television, I mean, it's not even a drop in the bucket, like it's nothing. So there's lots of room to grow. You're probably going to see that the space start with the business-to-business space, because businesses will need videos to explain other videos. And as people get comfortable in it with their work atmosphere, that'll cross over more to their acceptance of original web video, because most of the video watched on the web is from somewhere like, The Simpsons or American Idol or, Britain's Got Talent. I mean, it's all other things that are now put on the web. And that, I think, we'll hand over to Jeff, because he's going to tell you a little bit about that space there. So once you put it out there, what's that space look like, who's watching, and how many of them are there?
Yeah, so as Chris said, there's the best of the best are making some money at this. Most people aren't making any money at it. And that's kind of fine. As we go through this, we'll see not only that room to grow, but the fact that you should be doing something you love anyway. This is not an area to jump into to make big bucks. It's not going to happen like that. But viewership is growing super fast. These are all U.S. stats, but 27% of people over 12 have watched an internet video in the past week. That's pretty good, and you can see the jump from just last year. Broadband in homes, again, going up versus dial-up. That gets us not worrying about the pipe not being big enough for video. Internet access from any location. I find this always surprising, but 85% of people with internet from any location. So that points to, hey, these portable devices, your iPhones, cell phones, things like that, those are going to become real concerns. So those barriers are decreasing. And social networking is kind of a wild card in this. 34% in 2009 with the social networking profile. And that really ties into what Amber was talking about networking and community. This is a space that you need to get into, and it's built to facilitate getting the word out about this sort of stuff. You have to use it tactfully and in the right way, but it's something you definitely want to leverage. So Twitter, aside from our individual Twitter feeds, we announce Command N over Twitter, any new episodes that come out, events, stuff like that. Facebook and other related tools, and we'll look at those in the context of the Command N page as well. The different revenue streams for in-program, you've got advertising sponsorship in commercial forms. There's a few different ways to go about that we'll talk about. but don't ignore the fact that there's still all the other website stuff. So, you have your affiliate programs. That can tie into in-program as well, actually.
Jeff, can I just say something
You sure can.
just about affiliate programs? I wanted to mention one thing about this, because this has happened to us over the past few years. Is people have come to us and they want to do affiliate deals, so we'll pay you for how many times someone buys something based on the ad that we put in your show. And I would say be a little bit cautious of this, because you are definitely enhancing someone's brand by talking about it in your show, and don't give away your stuff for free too often unless you think it's going to be really beneficial down the road, because what will happen is, let's say only a few people end up buying that product that's advertised on your show. You may make $50, but that company is getting a lot more exposure, even if you have 1,000 people who are watching your video online. So affiliate deals can be okay, but just be a little bit cautious.
Yeah, and as somebody who worked, in the music industry as a live musician, and if any of you know that space, I kind of compare it to how DJs ruin the market for live bands, or at least big bands, where you get something where a DJ can charge $100 for a night or $150 for a night, and that becomes what a 6-piece band should have to be able to play for in a bar owner's eyes. Well, it's the same kind of thing. You're diminishing the value across the entire space by accepting those sort of things. So just, there's more value in it than just the dollars that you're getting. Maybe there's a relationship. Maybe it looks good that Coke advertised in your podcast for your sponsorship package. But just consider it. For us, we don't really engage in that sort of stuff until it's meaningful. We all have other jobs. We work with MGI Media. We don't need this to be money in our pocket. So, be in a situation where you can make those decisions when you need to be able to, if you can. Merchandise, things like T-shirt donations, put a button up there. We get a few $100s a year. We buy some new mics or whatever. But it's worth doing. So advertising dollars do actually exist. Looking at 2009, that's $2 billion. So you're not going to, it'll take a while for everyone to be able to sort of access that across the board as the big players that are getting at that now, but they're there. Different types of advertising. When you talk to somebody about running an ad, you're talking about the location in your program as a pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll. Those are probably an order of value. The length, we don't get into like 2-minute radio commercials and stuff like that. It's just too long. The type, talent read, like what Amber does for GoDaddy, or you could have agency produced. Maybe it's.
I'm the only GoDaddy rep with my clothes on. Is that what you guys said today?
That's right. The other female GoDaddy rep isn't quite as. Yeah. So video, still image, audio, text. There can be some different ways to do this, and it's getting to the point where there's lots of dynamic ad insertions now. Wizard, who run Libsyn, do that for us. Podtrap does stuff like that. So it's not just ads that we insert the GoDaddy ads, but there's also other ads that will go in depending on where you are in the market. Amber touched on this a bit, but if you're looking to make any money off this sort of stuff, you have to have these things down. Your product has to be good. If you don't need to swear and drink beer on your podcast, then maybe don't. All it does is let down the number of people who are going to want your content, likely, unless you're in a particular niche for beer drinking podcasts or something like that. Production quality, people aren't going to watch it if the production quality isn't at a certain level. It doesn't have to look like ER, but it has to be something that the big thing is that you get increasingly better at, and over time you'll get to where it's a professional product, a marketable product. Frequency, but have a regular schedule and duration. Generally, things are shorter on the web. We broke Command N up into segments to get shorter pieces within that already short 10-minute show. So things like that are things you want to consider. The distribution side of it, again, iTunes Store, YouTube, and devices. Chris was talking about YouTube, why it's so important. Keep in mind that YouTube is, right on your iPhone as a direct ad, on the Apple TV. Lots of these set-top boxes are pumping into it now, so consider how that works as well in terms of where you distribute it.